Maybe voor Marika.
Well, beauty is pain. So, everything gets pretty is very pain.
Why are you doing them out of order?
And just do the other one like in a corner. That's pretty good. It's like sweet. It's like fried chicken. Yeah, that's really good. Wait, I want to redo that because I realized the other day that I drink weird on a straw. That's good. Right.
인정하지.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, babe. Nice. Yep.
希望那天我回去点仓还好。我都会装到。
said she'll make it spicy. That's terrible. It tastes like gas. It's so nice. It's so juicy. And so, how is it beefy if it's pork?
It's so sugary.
Wow. It's so soft, so airy. Wow.
It's sweet, but fairly onion. That's delicious.
Oh wow. Look at him. Wow.
Pork floss, egg, fried dough. Stop. Peggy, look away. The black one. He looks like a ninja. Why are your cheeks so red?
Because I'm excited for hot pot. You want another garlic paste? You want some Szechuan?
I will make my own sauce, Bucky. Bye bye.
Oh, bro. Hey, big dog.
It's so cute. Oh, we got a lady. Not a single one of the steps are spaced evenly. like locum.
This weighs almost as much as me.
Sorry. There's like coriander. Yo, make some nachos with this.
Hello. Oh, hi.
Didn't get any spicy stuff. This is like original.
Yeah. Which is this is completely different to the one that I had. It's very different, which is great. I'm happy.
Wow.
The big knock.
Doesn't taste like.
Can I just take with my hand?
Wow.
Stephen, yeah, like a food taco.
Sweet. It's literally like it cracks. burn my mouth, right? It's so hot.
Is that
They
spicy
put
sauce?
some spicy.
Okay. Should I try it without first?
Without
Like this first? Normal?
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to try it like this. Mmm. Where did you buy that? What for?
It's so juicy.
We've got a fish over here.
That's really nice.
那个糯米顺便丢一些进去，糯米要煮，然后黄色丢20。
One for us.
Yeah, my man. Yeah, boy.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
There you go. Thank you. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, the crispiness is really nice. Mmm. 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 Mmm.
I love it.
Okay, I think we should just order a few things. Meat, eggs, potatoes, pineapple bun.
Like the bun. The sweet.
It's a pineapple bun, yeah.
some of it beforehand, you have to. Even if I ask I don't want sugar, just like.
Complicado. Ahora imagina what the food looks like.
Yeah.
Why is it such a thick rooster? Ah! It's the famous cabbage. Oh, it's scammed. It opened before we even got there.
Oh my god.
Being so oh my god, that's so good. Oh, we only want one of these. Only want beef noodles.
Come on, guys.
quả bao quý vậy chả quả bao là gì đây là quả bao cả cái gì ai tổng lên chị
Even if a place says it closes at 2 a.m., a lot of the market will be closed earlier. This is why they give you gloves. South Africans are gonna disown me.
Oh, wow. Hello. Wow.
I hope my service will bring you good food for a century.
柚子沙瓦，你觉得什么
Boom. Sally. Pleased to meet you, Sally. Wow.
没有啊？我觉得一定。然后我都喝光了。
That is how I want all my ice to taste, like fruit. Thank you.
espresso. And it is espresso on the top, so you drink the coke first and stir carefully.
Okay.
second. That smells so good.
Oh,
Hot.
so hot. Oh my god. It's so crispy on the outside. So nice.
所以他们姓南哦，他们叫南宫村、南方村，他们已经是真的姓南哦，很少见的一个男性，对不对？对，所以给他掌声好不好？好，他表演，他很喜欢跟我们跳舞，别讲他们每一个年纪，猜猜看。